everyone and welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, my name's alexarayeco. And welcome to my monthly wrap up. I'm so excited because we had such a good month of reading, guys. June wasn't too bad. We actually read quite a few books and I'm really happy about it. I love showing you guys all the books I read in the month, if I like them, if I dislike them, and just kind of talking about them. I had a really good reading month. We read a lot of books in the month of June and I'm really proud and stoked about it because the last 2 months I've kind of been in like this weird slump. And it's because I've been moving and doing all this other stuff and it's been hard to just kind of relax and enjoy reading like I usually do. But this month was a really good reading month and I read some really good books and I'm so excited to share them with you. So we are gonna hop right into this video. Really quick, I just want to thank the sponsor of today's video, which is Notion. I have been using Notion now since late 2020, so about 2 years. It has been such a game changer. Being a college student, working from home full time, doing YouTube, wedding planning, it's so hard to stay organized. Even with having like a physical planner, I find it so hard sometimes because I just have papers and sticky notes everywhere. Notion makes it so easy, guys. Notion is my best friend when it comes to planning and organization. I use Notion just for myself and to basically help me stay organized and plan content for YouTube. It's also an excellent tool for team collaboration, so you don't just have to use Notion for your own notes and tasks. You can get more done as a whole team where you can easily share your work together using Notion. It really is such a great tool to take notes, manage tasks, set goals, and so much more. It helps so much with saving you time by just clicking on the different tabs, inserting what you have to do, inserting notes, dates, whatever it may be, and then just having it there on your phone, on your laptop, on your tablet. It increases productivity and it makes it so easy for everyone to find what they need when they need it. Notion is so customizable, which I absolutely love. It's my favorite part about it because I am such a visual type of person. You can tailor the tools in Notion to fit your team's needs or your own needs. It just makes planning and being productive that much more fun when you're looking at something that's visually appealing to your eyes. I don't know why, but it makes you want to be more productive and it makes you want to use it more. So I love that you're able to customize Notion to your own needs and what you want it to look like. I was just using a normal daily paper planner and something about having it on my phone on the go wherever I am is just so much easier for me. I'm not carrying my planner with me 24/7, but I'm always carrying my phone. So having Notion on my phone makes it so easy to plan and keep my notes up to date because I can easily pull it out at any moment and just add to it. I love that I can do that, whereas with my physical planner, again, I'm not carrying it everywhere because it's kind of bulky. I don't always have pens on me and markers, and realistically, planners are just so big and bulky nowadays. No one wants to carry it around with them. As I mentioned earlier, I use Notion for college, YouTube, work, even wedding planning now. It's just so much easier to have all these tabs and everything I need all in one place. I love making checklists on Notion and to-do lists. So satisfying checking off little boxes when you complete a task. I don't know why, but it's the most satisfying thing, and that's what I originally started using Notion for back in 2020. You can do so much with Notion that I've just grown to use it for my everyday life now, and it's so helpful. It keeps me productive, it keeps me motivated. It is so life-changing. You can use my link down below to sign up for Notion. I promise it is so worth it. It's so life-changing. You won't regret it. With all that being said, thank you so much again to Notion for sponsoring today's video. And with all that being said, let's hop in to my June wrap-up. In the month of June, I read a total of 7 books. I know to some people it doesn't seem like a lot, but that is kind of a lot. I think 7 books is pretty amazing for us. I read 7 amazing books this month. I'm so excited about them because we have some 5-star reads in here, guys, and some new favorites. So I started the month off with The Hawthorne Legacy by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. It was such a good way to start off the month. I think this is what really got me going this month with reading. It was so good. It was so good, guys. If you're not familiar, this is the 2nd book in the Inheritance Game series, and if you've been around for a little bit, you guys know, you already know, I'm obsessed with the Inheritance games. It's my newest, latest obsession. I'm in love with it. I think it's because it's like a love triangle, but also like a mystery, and it's just together. It's amazing, and I'm just obsessed with it. I have heard a few rumors that they're making the series into a TV show. and I'm so excited. I hope it's true. I hope we see a TV show within the next few years. It continues the story of Avery Grahams and the Hawthorne family. It's crazy, it's wild. Honestly, it's crazier than the first one, and I didn't even know it get crazier, but it did. It got crazier. It's nothing short of amazing though. I cannot wait for the third book to come out in August. So excited to see how this ends. I have no idea how it's going to go, but I do have a theory, and some of you might be iffy about it, but I just have a weird feeling. There's going to be the craziest plot twist in the final book, and it's going to be between Avery, Jameson, and Grayson. There's going to be something crazy happening there, because I feel like in this book, it kind of leaves off with us thinking that she's going to be with someone, but I feel like I'm probably wrong. Who knows? But I feel like in the final book, it's going to be different. I just have a weird feeling. I don't know. But this is a really great book. If you really like mystery books, and you kind of like a little bit of romance in there, I think this is a great read for people because it's not too heavy on romance. There's just enough in there though. If you are like a heavy romance reader, you'll enjoy it, but if you're not a heavy romance reader, you'll still really enjoy it. This was a great book. I'm obsessed with the book covers of them as well. I think they're so beautiful. The Hawthorne Legacy, guys, so good, and I did give it a 5-star rating. The next book I read in the month of June, guys, this book, I'm going to start this off by saying that I will never fully recover after reading this book. It is now my favorite romance book ever. I'm obsessed with it. It's Archer's Voice by Mia Sheridan. I know I'm never going to recover after reading this book. It was such a beautiful romance. This tells the story of a girl named Bree and how she moves to a small town to kind of escape her really tragic, crazy life that she's been having. She escapes to this small town in Maine, and there she meets Archer Hal, who is just everything. He's everything, okay? He is just everything in this story. Their story is so beautiful, and it's not what I expected, and I think that's why I really appreciated it so much, and I really loved it. This was a book that I could not put down. I could not stop reading it. I had to read it all the way through in like one sitting. If you are really into Colleen Hoover books, you would love Archer's Voice, and I think Mia Sheridan as a whole, because this gives me coho vibes, but there's something about it that just makes it better. I don't know how to explain it, but like reading this, I had like the feelings I get when I read coho books, but there was just something a little bit more that caused me to be like, oh, this is my favorite book of all time. One of the top 100 romance novels of all time on Goodreads, which honestly, I believe it. It is so freaking good, and I really love the character development in it. I think the characters are so beautifully written, and the way they come together in the end. This is also the first book ever to make me shed tears. I usually don't cry when I read books, and I read coho books, and everyone cries for coho books. This book made me cry like a little baby. Honestly, I sobbed. And just how the author makes you fall in love with these characters, like you feel like you know them personally, and I think that's what made me actually shed tears at the end of this. So this was a really beautiful book. This is like a 10 out of 5-star read for me. It's my favorite book, my favorite romance that I've read so far. I could not recommend this enough, honestly. Archer's Voice, so beautiful. Chef's kiss. So after Archer's Voice, I picked up Kisses and Croissants by Anne-Sophie Johanna. This is just like a short, cutie little book. This tells the story of Mia. She goes to Paris to practice ballet over the summer. Of course, along the way, she finds love, and it kind of gives me Love and Gelato vibes, except French. So if you really enjoyed Love and Gelato, I think you'd really enjoy Kisses and Croissants because it's like the same vibe. Also, like Anna and the French Kiss, it's like those European love stories. They're all kind of the same. Cheesy, corny, sappy. This is really cute. I really enjoyed the ballet aspect of this, and at the end of it, it made me want to be a ballerina. So it was a really beautiful story about her ballet journey. Louis is the love interest in this story, and he is just so adorable. He basically shows Mia all around Paris. Again, it gives me Love and Gelato vibes. Anna and the French Kiss, there's always the cute boy who's showing the girl around town, and they fall madly in love. The story mainly focuses on Mia's ballet story, as well as her trying to uncover this family mystery, and I thought that was really cool. Unfortunately, and if you guys want to know more about this, you can go check out the reading vlog. I only wound up giving this a 3-star rating. There's just a really heavy plot twist in this that I didn't think was necessary, and it knocked it down from a 4-star rating to a 3-star rating. I just felt like the last few chapters in this book, they were unnecessary. They didn't have to be there. The book was absolutely beautiful as is, and the last few chapters like ruined ruined the book for me. This was still a really cute read. I'm happy I read it. I love European romances. I'm just really into that type of stuff. Could be a really good beach read for some people, but the last few chapters just like, they weren't it, guys. They just weren't it. After Kisses and Croissants, I had to pick up a coho book. I haven't read a coho book in a hot minute, so we just had to get on our coho kick, okay? The book I read was Hopeless by Colleen Hoover. I think this is an older coho book. It's not one I see a lot about. I decided to give it a try anyways because I really enjoy her writing style and her storytelling. Her characters are always so beautiful. Guys, this might be one of my favorite coho books now. This really got me. Not what I expected, of course, per usual. Whenever I go into a Colleen Hoover book, I always think I know what's going to happen, and then it does something crazy and it's not even remotely near what I thought was gonna happen. This book was so crazy, but so good. Again, she always has like these little mysteries in her book. I just really enjoyed this book. Skye, a senior in high school, meets Dean Holder, a guy with a reputation that rivals her own. From their very first encounter, he terrifies and captivates her. Something about him sparks memories of her deeply troubled past. This is part of a coho series, so this is book 1. Book 2 is Losing Hope. Book 3 is Finding Cinderella, and it's a novella about the side characters in Hopeless. Book 4 is All Your Perfects, which we read earlier this year. I didn't know that was like part of this series. And then the 5th book in the series is Finding Perfect. So this is like a pretty big series, but like 2 of them are novellas, which are only like 100 pages. This was amazing. I'm obsessed. This was a 5-star read. I wasn't even surprised though, because like I love coho books so much. Like, she writes the best characters. I thought the plot twist in this was absolutely crazy. I loved it, as crazy as that may sound. Yeah, this was just a really great coho book. I think it's really underrated. I don't see a lot about it anywhere. I feel like I should see it more. 5-star rating, and I definitely 100% recommend this if you are a coho fan. So after Hopeless, I picked up another coho book, and it's called Heartbones. This cover I'm obsessed with. I just think it's so beautiful. I love like all the colors. This is a summer read, so I really enjoyed like the summery aspect of it. This was also highly recommended on my channel. A lot of you say this is like your favorite coho book and that I'd really enjoy it. I really did enjoy it. This tells the story of Bea and Samson. Bea comes from nothing, Samson comes from everything. They basically have like this summer romance, but of course with coho there's crazy plot twists in here that you just don't see coming. This is a really good book, but I think I only gave it like a 3 or 4-star rating. It's not my favorite coho book. It's because the plot twist in it, I didn't enjoy it. I didn't like it. I didn't really agree with it. I wish it was just different. The whole thing. I honestly wish the whole thing was different because I didn't like the twist of it. I also feel like this was kind of short for the type of story she was telling. I feel like we could have had more details about this story, and it may have been a little bit better if she gave us more. I think it was cut short. I think there could have been a lot more in it. I feel like it was kind of rushed, and I just wish there's more to it, or I wish the whole plot twist was completely different. Of course, right after that, we have another Colleen Hoover book, Maybe Someday. This book I have seen a lot about, but a lot of people don't like it. I feel like I see negative things about this. I get it. I do actually understand why people don't like this one. Maybe Someday tells the story of Sydney and Ridge. Sydney and Ridge are like the main interest in this story, and I think the whole music aspect is really cool. Colleen Hoover actually co-wrote this with a musician. There's actually an album that you can listen to while reading this book. You're supposed to listen to the songs in the order they appear in this book, and it's really cool. I feel like it makes the whole experience way better. I just didn't really like the trope in this story. It's not my favorite type of trope. I feel like it's hard to write a love story like this and have people really enjoy it because it's like everyone's least favorite trope, I feel like. I didn't really like the main plot twist in it all, and I just thought, again, the ending was like a little bit rushed. I did enjoy the story of it, I just didn't enjoy the romance part of it. I don't know, guys. These 2 books were like the first coho books I read that I was like iffy on. It was kind of sad for me. Last but not least, I read the 2nd book in the Maybe Someday series, which was Maybe Not. This is just a novella. It was very short, only 100 pages, and this tells the story of Warren and Bridget, who are like the side characters in Maybe Someday. I thought this was really cool because it gave us an insight into Warren and Bridget's previous life and like what they were all about. I know it's a novella, but I feel like it could have been just a little bit longer and given us a little bit more detail on who they really were as people and what made them the way they were as people. It was mostly focused on the spiciness of the book rather than like the actual character development. I want to know more about why they are the way they are, not like the spiciness, you know what I mean? So this was still really good. I really enjoyed Warren as a side character in Maybe Someday. I thought he was so freaking funny. He's Ridge's best friend, also the band manager, and I just thought his character was really funny throughout the whole story, so I really enjoyed it. Maybe not Warren and Bridget's story. Okay guys, these are all the books that I read in the month of June. We read 7 amazing books. There were some weird ones in there. They were still good books, you know? I'm really happy with this wrap up because like I said, I've been in like a weird reading slump the past few months, so it felt good to get through more than 3 books this month. I have some 5-star reads in here and some new favorites, so that's really exciting. We had a lot of coho reads this month, which I feel like I was long overdue for because I haven't read a lot of coho books in a while. We had a really good reading month. I'm really happy about it. You can find all these books on my channel in more in-depth reading vlogs if you're interested. If you have read these books before, let me know down below what you think about them, what your opinions are on them. Let me know what your thoughts are. Maybe Someday and Heartbones was a little weird for me. Not my favorite coho books, but I know they are favorites of other people, so let me know your thoughts and opinions down below. Let me know what your favorite coho book is. I think mine currently would either be Hopeless or Confess. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you were able to take away some new books to read for July. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up because it really helps me out. Lets me know that you like these types of videos. You like my monthly wrap-ups, my monthly TBRs, my book reviews, my bookstore vlogs, all that fun book content. And of course, don't forget to subscribe down below if you'd like to see more of me. I post weekly, guys. I post weekly. It's basically free entertainment every single week. You might as well subscribe. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll see you in my next video.